cars, reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influence's interest on YouTube. What's going on, people? This is Influence, and I'm here with another review. We're taking a look at Mech Fans Toys, number 45 and 46, which is a set, and this is their Inferno and Grapple, which they call fire engine, and crane, which is pretty self-explanatory names, but I will never refer to them as that. So yes, this is Inferno and Grapple. They're kind of legend scale. I don't know what to call these. Mech Fans Toys, I haven't really, I know they've KO'd some figures, and I'm not sure if this is a KO of Magic Squares set, because it does look like they're set. I don't have their two guys, these two guys in Magic Square, but I do have Optimus and a few other ones that are nice. So I mean, that's what it do. I think they kind of did their own thing, but took a lot from that and a lot of the engineering, but I could be wrong. But I know they did the Dinobots, DX9's Dinobots, and they're great. I got both sets. I got DX9's and Mech Fans Toys because they were a little bigger. So I like that size, and I actually like the way they look with legend scales. So, but these guys are probably too big to scale with any of your normal legends. They make a set of everything just about, so there's nothing really great about the packaging. Just got a fireman on the front, some product shots, some more product shots, and some more product shots. Same for over here. This came as a set, which is why I'm reviewing them as a set. They both transform somewhat the same almost, except it's a tiny bit difference, but not much. And they're just retools, of course, because he has his wings. And I'm not sure. I think the wings might have to go forward. No, they don't go forward. They just popped off the ball joint. So with that said, they might go, oh yeah, they might go forward. So I don't know now, because this is over here like this and it's in the way. I can't remember how Inferno's wings went in alt mode. But anyway, you get a ton of accessories. They have the hands that pull off. So you get these hands on there, but then you can pull the hands off and you stick. I'll show that later. And both of them come with this thing. And I have his on the end of the fire truck because I like to store it. He comes with a water feature, which he doesn't come with, of course, since he's a fire engine. He does come with, they both come with identical guns, and they're two separate molds. These two are the same, and then the ones I have pegged in are the same for both. They both come with these little things, which is like a tool, I believe a screwdriver or something, or a welder tool, don't know. But then instead of the water feature, he comes with two separate, well actually this and this comes on, of course, which is the hook, which is the normal thing, and you just pop each off, kind of like the Masterpiece if you have the Masterpiece. So we'll put all these accessories to the side and check out the vehicles. So for Grapple, which you know I don't refer to him, he's pretty clean. He goes all the way up like this, goes all the way down. This is stiff, but it goes in about that far. You can store the gun here, but it doesn't really do too well. I was trying to put this underneath this little flap here, but it didn't really work too well. So, and this moves. And then on the claw, you have these things that move, and you can grab stuff. They're pretty stiff too. This isn't as stiff, but got some hollowness going on. And with this, yeah, this moves. The bucket moves. That's pretty much it. And on this, this moves. That's pretty much it for him. For him, he's pretty the same. These things don't go down on either of them, but they do have different. You see how he has like a gas can or something on the side, and he has the hose as per normal. But then he has the ladder, and the ladder goes all the way up and all the way up. So it does get out pretty far. And then you have this feature that pops up. And I'll show that. I'll take this off. And these are just the water feature. The water feature can go into his arm, or you can put it into this. And I usually put it like that because that's what I have it as. But this kind of stores like this normally. But the instructions have it to be out like this in alt mode. I guess for that little bit, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt anything if you leave it like this, because you can still fit this thing in there like that, and you can still put out the fire. And it's actually even longer, so if you want it longer. But so that's it. We can get to transformation. Oh, and he has this thing on that he has on his wing, and you can either tuck it back to be, let me see. Oh, you can put the wings like that. If, like I said, I forget. I guess that looks a little cleaner than them sticking out just out the back, but you can put them down. That's some extra transformation. Then I can take this out too. And you see that hole, that's where that can store. But it doesn't store well. You gotta shove it in there, and then it pushes this little panel down. Both of them have, like I said, they have the same transformation. So we'll just get to transformation real quick. So put this back like this. He has tabs that go on his arms. You can lift them up and lift this whole thing up, because then there's tabs that go on the back of the feet over here. You can just lift this up and out the way. And I like to get these feet together. He has a tab that goes into there. You got to pull this out as much as you can. It's pretty stiff, but if you could see, it comes out and the tab's right there. And then you can move this down like that. So once you move that down, you can see it's coming together. I like to do the feet first. Push this out, push this down, then move this down like that. Then you pull these down, and it kind of fills out the leg, and you have the leg. Same over here. You can even move this down without moving this, because it automatically will move it down into the position it should be in. I think that's pretty cool. And with this, you can just peg this back into, or push it back. Does it go back up? I think you push it back up to kind of collapse. Push the wheels back. Oh, sorry, back. Then you can fool with these arms. Right here, this is kind of weird. You just move these arms out like this, but then you got to push these arms down. And I know there's paint scratched off because it's hard getting this clamps over top, and you can see where the white paint has scratched onto there. Then you just do the other side just to break bad choice of words. Just break the connection. Then you have it like that. So you just keep it like that for now. Then work on this section. Push this all the way down. Then there's these two things that go on the side like that. Fold this up. Then you can get this up here like this. And it automatically, this tab will pop up once you fold it down, and it goes tabs into there. And it kind of automatically sits how you need it to sit once you get everything correct. And this thing back here, you can push it up. Should be enough room. Then there's two little space for these tabs to go into, which is the arms. Both sides, just tab it in. Then just move the forearms up. The only thing, well, not the only thing, but one thing, you can't keep the long thing on or it won't transform, this thing. But I keep this on, so that little hole there, that's where everything fits in. So you fit that in, then you can turn his head around. His head just spins around inside that little cavity. You can get his wings right and move his gun out like that. Then this just sits on his back as per normal. There you go. You have one. He doesn't need this to stand up. His feet are pretty wide. They have good good traction. So let's move him over here. So then the same, it's basically the same. So I'll go through it and I'll just show where it's a little different at. Just pull all this up. Pull this out again. Pull it down. That time you heard it. You heard the snap. So and this, I don't know if I showed that on other ones. It's like a clamp joint. So you got kind of pry it up, but then it's a regular joint there. You put that down. Put that. Put the feet. Actually, I don't think there's anything different. I'm not sure what I was thinking, but I don't think there's anything different with this guy. For some reason, I thought there was, as far as transformation goes. Put it down. Put that in there like that. Pull this up. His arms are pretty stiff, more stiff than Inferno's. So now you get his back. You can put it up like that. Put this, does it go up anymore? I don't think it goes up anymore. Goes back. And there you have Grapple and Inferno. And I think they look pretty good, especially if they're KOs and their price point. At their price point is insane. But I don't know if this is a good scale. I think it's a little big. Even though they were bigger bots, I think Optimus was a little bit bigger than them. I don't know though, I could be wrong. But then you have their Mech Fans Toys, one of their Dino bots. And in this scale right here, I kind of like, even though it is kind of big, but I always thought the Dino bots were big bots. So he's a little bow-legged, but it's a little too big, I know, but I kind of like that scale. And here's him next to these. And again, I like this scale. I think this is a good scale. I do think they're a little big for regular Legends. Also, if they are Magic Squares copy, these aren't. The plastic is very hard plastic, where Magic Square has that like soft plastic. Some people like it better, some people like it less. I don't know, but they can hold their gun. Let's get them. I'll put different guns in their hands since they both have the same guns, so you can just see what they look like. And his fists fall off when you put the gun in. Both their fists fall off when you put the guns in, so you take the fist off, put the gun in, then put the fist back on. And he can hold this thing. Then he has, let me put the other one in. Here and this is what I mean when you transform it. See all that sticking out? So it won't transform with this in it, unfortunately. And there you have, I don't know why I got these boxes still in the way, the whole review, but that's what they look like. So I'll only do articulation on one, since it's the same for both. You get the arms all the way around. His arms only single jointed, so you get 90 degrees. His head turns inside the bucket, which is par for the course, but it does go all the way around, as you saw when but there's no side to side, no up down motion. These things move whichever way you want. He kind of had, not really a waist bend, but you can kind of cheat it because it bends at the top. It's really the legs, but it's a little, he can go back because he do the transformation. So you can cheat the bend, but then you have the thigh swivel, have his legs that gets 90 degrees, and go all the way back, all the way forward. He can do the hurdles. I believe he can almost do the splits. Oh no, he can do the full splits. So he can do the full splits since there's no skirts really. Knee bend I showed, which is 90 degrees. And ankle rocker, he has some down. A good bit up, but then because it's on a ball joint, so then he has it's a little limited, but I don't think you would have him in a stance like that unless you're in like a super type of pose. These wheels can go back or forward, whichever I guess you like. But yeah, that's pretty much it on these guys. This is Mech Fans Toys 45 and 46, I believe. Yep, 45, 46. So if you can do me a solid and subscribe, like, share, I would really appreciate it. And more content coming. And I will see you later.
Life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.